hello from Esperance area. So this is Twilight Beach. Absolutely spectacular. Probably my favourite beach in the proximity of Esperance. Don't mind me rocking around on these rocks. We last left you heading towards Esperance, not knowing where we were going to be going to. And we've been in Esperance for 5 days now. We weren't meant to be here. We were going to go and show you Membernup Beach again because we love it, and then come back to Esperance. However, we broke down again. As we were driving here on the highway, every time we were up in the rev ranges of sort of 2,000 to 2,500 RPM, we were getting very bad shudder in the steering, and a thumping kind of noise and a vibration and stuff, and so it was getting worse and worse and worse as we drove closer and closer, further away from our last destination, closer to Esperance. So we dropped in and saw a mechanic. He said the front uni joint was done. So then we didn't go out to Membernup because we couldn't risk it. He's like, you could cause more damage. So we called into the RAC here a few days early, got a spot luckily. They've wriggled a few things around to fit us in. And we've just been waiting out the parts and the rain, basically. So we haven't really done a whole lot, it's just been miserably cold and rainy and cloudy, but today's an absolutely stunning day in terms of sunshine. It's still only 17 degrees, hence the cardigan. So we've come to the beach, we had a bit of a paddle, had a bit of a swim, and then just been enjoying the sunshine. Other than that, I'm not sure, we've got one more day left here. I'm not sure what the weather's doing tomorrow, but we'll try and show you something else. But my recommendation is come to Twilight Beach because it is awesome. Good morning. Alright, we are all hitched up, and we've been ready for about an hour and a bit now. However, in true overland exposure truck style, truck didn't want to start today. Out of nowhere, random, just not playing the game. So we spent an hour and a bit pretty much trying to get it started, called upon some friends with a starter battery jump kit thing. And then put that on and it started. We actually have no idea what's wrong, so we have now stopped in at Super Cheap Auto on the way out of town to get a new battery and a jump kit thing, because we are crossing the Nullarbor over the next couple of days, and it's just not worth the risk of being something wrong. Like if the battery's gone, even though it shouldn't have, it's only a year and a bit old, or whatever, so we just don't want to risk it. So we don't carry any sort of starter leads or anything, so we're going to grab something like that and a new battery just in case, because the last thing we need is to be stuck on the Nullarbor and can't start the truck. So we broke down in Albany, or heading out of Albany, and had to be towed back to Albany. We then broke down again on the way to Esperance, like literally 3 days later, and then we've tried to leave Esperance after 6 days, and we've broken down again. So it's like 3 times in a week and a half. We're hoping that's our 3, and we're done now, because I'm just done. I'm done for a bit. I feel like we both said when it rains it pours with us at the moment, so there's just been a few other little things that have just kind of happened as well, which is just kind of annoying. But that's our 3 truck things, we hope, and we hope we're done with that, and we're good to go for a while again. But anyway, not sure where we'll get to today, but we are heading towards South Australia. Gonna find somewhere, try and drive for maybe 5 or so hours. We'll get a chunk that way done, and see how we go. Now that we're about an hour and a half behind where we want, like when we wanted to leave, we may not get as far, but we'll see. Shall we go? Let's go. And we are back on the road again. We just did a stop at Norseman to fill up with fuel. The Ampol was the cheapest, and had lunch after a bit of a late start this morning, and now we are heading east. Not sure where we'll get to, but we'll show you what we can. We don't really plan on stopping much along here. Somewhere today, then Eucla tomorrow, and then we're not sure after that. But we'll show you what we can. Hopefully we come across something interesting to entertain us along the drive. But not sure what the chances are with that. Are you excited?
Riveted. Yeah. So I am actually a bit excited. Any day where you're like making big kilometres, it's like exciting. Like you're going to be going somewhere different, doing something different for a while.
I am sad because it means that we are only a couple of days until we're out of WA again. I like WA. Alrighty, that is us done for day one. We have made it past Balladonia to the 90-mile straight sign on the west end, and just past that, maybe, I don't know, 500 metres or a K or so, is a overnight free camp rest area. You might be able to hear all the traffic going past. I hope it dies down a bit later on, otherwise it might be a bit of a busy night. So there's a pull-off area, there's a picnic table, rubbish bins, fire pits, rings, and yeah, there's enough space for maybe 5 or 6 setups. Depends how close you want to be, of course. There's another bit down here as well. So yeah, that's us done. So we did about 11 till 5 today with a bit of a stop for lunch and a bit of a stop for fuel for our friends that we're travelling with. Shout out to the Doonans. They are fellow retreaters. They don't have a long range tank, so they had to stop it for fuel along the way, of course. But yeah, so that's just us done for tonight. Pretty cruisy, straightforward day. Even straighter tomorrow. So we arrived at Eucla for night number 2 last night. Got in at about 4:30 or so, I think it was, WA time. And we just stayed at the free camp near the old Telegraph station. So to access that, two-wheel drive friendly, gravel road, but two-wheel drive friendly, you go behind take the track of the Eucla kind of towards the Caravan park, and then there's a sign that says Telegraph station. So sort of head down that dirt road and you'll see the parking area for the sort of day use area, and then next to that to the right, if you're looking at it, there's another big gravel area you can see behind me. That is the sort of a camping area. It's just a free camp. There's absolutely nothing here, so bring everything, take everything that you need, and yeah, We went for a walk to the old Telegraph station ruins and over to the Jetty. That was a fair walk, but there's some tracks there, and if you've got your phone you can kind of look at the maps and just kind of head that direction and you'll find it. You can also drive if you're not hitched up to a van. If you're just a car or you want to unhitch, you can drive down to the Jetty along the track. It goes straight this way and you just follow the track that way to the Jetty. So we just didn't want to unhitch, so we walked it, and it was good exercise after such a long day in the track. So we did from the 90 mile straight to here, and it took us about 6 hours, I think it was, with a couple of stops. The headwind has been horrendous. We've been using well over our 25 litres per 100, doing about 90 k's. It's been horrendous, that's all I've got to say. And it's not let up at all overnight here, so we're facing that again today. So we're not sure if we'll make it across with our tank like we did last time, so we have topped up a little bit just to be sure as we go, but we are trying to make it as far as possible, and because the price is pretty expensive. I think it was $2.70 or so yesterday, and it's meant to be $3.10 at the Nullarbor Roadhouse, or actually even here at Eucla. Border Village, $3.10 or something like that. So apparently, it's on the expensive side. Anyway, dog friendly here as well. Just rock up, that kind of thing. No bookings, obviously, being a free camp. But we're going to hit the road, cross into SA today, and we'll see how far we get. Well, let's go. Alright, I really apologise about the wind, and I'll try and be quick. That is us done in WA for this time. I'm really, really, really sad, but I know there's really good things to come because Tassie's on our list and we'll be there very soon. And we've been wanting to go there, but I am so sad. We've spent 9.5, almost 10 months, I think, if I do a quick calculation, in WA. We still missed heaps. We still had crazy weather that meant we couldn't do everything we wanted to do. I'm just going to turn you around. Hopefully that's better with the wind. We still had crazy weather. Even today, we're in crazy wind at the moment. We're leaving it on the crazy weather. We came in on the clouds and the rain in March, and then we're leaving in crazy, crazy winds here now in December. But my gosh, it's been amazing. We've absolutely loved it. And if anyone ever gets a chance to come over and do a good stint in WA, we highly recommend it. It's just epic. I don't know when we'll be back. I know we will be back, but just when that is, I don't know. We try not to plan too far in advance, so we'll go with what we've got for now and see where it fits back in. Thank you so much for watching us in WA, those of you that watched us, and let's move on to South Australia. We are visiting some new places in South Australia as we make our way across to Tassie. Hopefully the weather is on our side, and let's go! Alright, we've made a quick stop in at the Cliffs. This one is just near the Best of the Bight, probably about 50 k's in from South Australia border. We camped here last time, we camped another 50 k's, 100 k's from the border last time we crossed along the Nullarbor. So make sure you check out that episode. I'll put a card in so you can see our trip the other way, because we're stopping at different stops this time, not doing the same ones to make it interesting. So we'll have 2 episodes of the Nullarbor to show you. Still just as amazing as last time. Hello from the beach, Perlubie Beach to be exact. We drove 10 hours today with a couple of stops along the way. to get to here, and it was worth it because it's beautiful. We just didn't really find it, didn't really want to do another like few one-nighters, so we're on a bit of a mission to get across, and so we know how much we love Perlubie, and we're continuing across, like not doing the air anymore, so we just wanted to come back for a couple of days. So we're going to do tonight here, and then tomorrow night, maybe a third night. We're going to sit down and analyse that tonight and see how much time we've got before our next kind of bookings, and we'll go from there. But we made it just in time for sunset. So yeah, I will quickly jump on and tell you about Perlubie. So this is our second visit, but things have changed recently. As of in 3 days time, bookings are now essential for Perlubie Beach. It is now $20 a night. It is now numbered sites, pre-booked only. The sites are all allocated out and they're reasonable size. You could probably fit 2 vans on a site. It's still dog friendly, but it also being booked and all that means checking, like you got to be in and out of your site on time and stuff like that. There's no extra facilities or anything. There's still just one lot of toilets and some rubbish bins. But yeah, it's all booked online now, and there's a maximum of 20, I think, sites now. The huts that you would have seen possibly elsewhere, I would have shown you those in our last video. They're for day use only, and they have to be pre-organised for birthday parties with permits and things. So yeah, lots has changed since we visited here in February. So yeah, make sure you just check that before you come. Make sure you book your site and all of that now. And yeah, I'm ambivalent about whether that's a good thing or not. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. Not after 10 hours of driving. But yeah, if there's anything else you need to know, let me know. The closest water is Streaky Bay. Closest dump point is Streaky Bay. You have to pay for water at Streaky Bay as well.
Streaky Bay is pretty good.
Daniel's mentioning the bakery at Streaky Bay is good. So if you're coming from Seduna, there's water and dump point and stuff that way. But if you're coming from like the air, there's no water here. There's no dump point here. So you need to make sure you deal with that either side of which way you're going. It's not far to Streaky Bay. But yeah, I might pop a time lapse up and better get on to some dinner. The time difference is 2.5 hours, so it's 6 o'clock in our Western Australia time, but 8:30 here in South Australia. So we need to get some dinner on so that we can kind of start to adjust ourselves a little bit slowly over the next few days. Larry's running around after 10 hours in the car. What are you doing?
Making fresh gnocchi because we forgot to buy gnocchi.
And we don't even have any normal pasta.
No normal pasta, no gnocchi, just gluten-free gnocchi. So, and probably not enough of that for dinner for all of us. So,
we just happen to have potatoes already pre-cooked because we crossed the border. We can't bring potatoes, so I cooked them up last night. So you're using them for gnocchi. So you had half it already there. I've never seen this before, so I'm intrigued. Can I have one to try it?
Sure.
I don't know if I've told you recently, but I have had to go gluten-free. I used to be gluten-free, and after Aria, or during pregnancy and after Aria, I managed to be able to tolerate gluten. My body was like,
not too
I don't know, like not too much. Like I could have a pizza or a pasta or whatever, like once a week or so, maybe. Yeah, but when we're in, I was getting a bit slack and I was having it a bit too often, I think. And I could have wraps without an issue and stuff like that. But then yeah, when we're in Margaret River, body went no,
well,
and it went.
Why did it go no, Amanda?
I tried the wood-fired fruit loaf.
And how much did you have?
Like 2 big chunks. Daniel had the rest. So I don't know why he's getting at me for how much I ate. But I didn't really think it was going to be a problem because I hadn't had anything else recent like to that. So anyway, long story short, Body said no, and no in a big way, and so I have had to go gluten-free. I went gluten-free for about a week and I thought I'd try again. Had a couple of bites of pizza, went no again, and so then since then it's just been gluten-free, which has been a bit of a challenge to adjust to. But anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully it's not a long-term thing, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep testing it every so often and see how it goes. Put that knife out of the way. Hello from Pildappa Rock. So we are heading east. We left Perlubie this morning after a couple of nights there. We had a really nice time, as we always do at Perlubie. We just needed some down days after the hectic Nullarbor, and it was really nice to have that. We just swam, chilled, enjoyed looking at the blue water, hung out with some friends, that kind of thing. It was really, really nice. We kind of just switched off for a couple of days. And then so we took the little side road to Perlubie, I think it is, and then heading east towards Kimba, stopping in with the little detour at Pildappa Rock, which is really cool. Very similar to Wave Rock in WA, if you saw our episode on that, but different as well. So we're going to go for a walk. You can actually walk up and over. So we're going to go for a walk up and have a look around from the top. You can camp here at Pildappa Rock. You're not allowed to camp in the picnic areas, but there's all the areas dotted around that you can camp nearby, which is great. You get to camp at this awesome landform. Free camping, there is a toilet, I believe, but that's about it. So you bring everything and take everything. And in the picnic area here, there is one rubbish bin, table with shelter and a barbecue. That is behind me there. But yeah, the fact that you can camp here is really cool. It's not often you can camp at these sorts of places. So yeah, if you've got extra time, we were going to camp here. We ended up spending an extra day at Perlubie to catch up with some friends and enjoy the sun there. So so we're not camping here. We've just come for the day trip, but you can, and I suggest that you do if you've got the time, because it's cool. Good morning from Kimba. This is the recreational free camp or donation camp at Kimba here, just on the edge of town, like right on the edge of town. And it's awesome. It has toilets, it has dollar coin showers, a playground. It's all level and gravel. There's garbage bins, there's recycling, there's potable water, there's picnic tables. There's an amazing camp kitchen with currently free lemons from one of the local town people, and book swap. Playground, don't know if I mentioned that. There's like sports courts where there's basketball hoops, netball hoops, tennis courts. All that sort of thing. Massive running around space on the oval if you need the kids to run around. It's amazing for a donation camp. It's fantastic. Oh, there's a dump point as well. And there's heaps and heaps and heaps of room. So yeah, this is great. We have had since it rained pretty much all the drive here yesterday and rained all afternoon. We did get bits and pieces of gaps to check out the free camp, but not a whole lot. So we spent a lot of the afternoon in the van. On the wall here is an amazing art mural which shows to me the history of the town. Definitely have a wander and have a look for that. It's brilliant. It's been there for like 20 years or something, and it's so beautiful. Like, it's really, really well done. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so make sure you stop and appreciate that.